The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. The topics discussed may include drugs, alcohol, or be sexual in nature. This show is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. I'm serious. It's dirty. Really, really dirty. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble. You're listening to Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and pop culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from Fantastic Forum Studios, Los Angeles. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, just stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. He is Oz.
Shalom.
Next, he's the backbone. No, that's not him. He's the backbone. He's the pillar. He's the strength of Fantastic Forum. He's our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
I went to the comic book store today, and there's a liquor store next to it.
Oh, snap! Mojo Jojo! Mojo Jojo!
And, they didn't have change for 100 at the comic shop, so I had to go to the liquor store and break that hundy. But
with a 211?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got to get...
This fool got $99.02 back. Like...
You didn't even buy two.
I got $98.70 back.
Oh, jeez, man. If I was a liquor store owner, I'd be like, who is this guy?
He had high-end stuff, too, so I was willing to do that and just show up with, like, a bottle of Moet for the show, you know? I'm not going to do that like that. I mean, I just didn't have that idea then. Now I'm like, fuck, I should have done that. But anyway. Yeah, but here we are.
Here we are.
Now, if you do want to see what I got at the comic book store, there's going to be a bonus video, but you got to follow us on Instagram for that.
Okay.
Fantastic Forum Live.
Got it. Man, Mo did his own show just now. I'm like, I'm not mad at that, I guess. Listen, here we go.
Bring on the boner videos.
He's our riddle. Inside for the enigma. Trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him, but you love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
And as for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about the news that came out of New York Comic Con. We're also going to be, and of course, whatever other news there is, we'll be talking about, or actually giving you a review of the Hatchet Halloween Special 2, I believe is right. That's the title. I'm sure that there's a lot of prefixual type stuff. There's a lot of stuff before that. Is Adam Green's Crowley's Hatchet. That's ever the worst thing, the most terrible thing that's ever happened with an axe. Halloween Special Part 2. But yeah.
It's
Did
Victor
you watch the
Crowley's Hatchet Halloween Tales 2.
See? There you go. All that.
Did
All
you watch
that.
the movie?
No, am I supposed to? We weren't watching the movie today, are we?
Yeah, we said that if we're going to talk about that, you have to watch the movie to have context. Otherwise, there's going to be a lost little deer in the woods.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You're right. I was a lost little deer in the woods. It's because I'm that cute.
You don't even get the like, nuance of like how this fits into the movie canon.
You are correct on that. But
and you know the public voted. They're still voting about you watching horror movies. They want you to watch The Exorcist.
I thought
That's not scary, right? Like
I
that's
thought
one of the movies that was scary back then, but with today's jadedness and sensibilities, it's like kind of nothing.
Has Lawrence never seen The Exorcist?
I've seen at least pieces of it. I don't know if I've seen it in its entirety.
Oh, see, then I have to disagree with Joe. If you have to watch it in pieces, then it's gonna be fun to have you watch it in, like the whole thing.
I'll tell you right now.
I've seen it.
Oh well, Jay talking about friggin' jadedness and modern day sensibilities. Like my sensibilities are all the way back into like 1950 something. Like what was scary in 1950 is scary to me right now. Like
right. Lawrence doesn't expose himself to people or
period.
Yeah.
Period. I keep it all wrapped up. It's only for special.
Lawrence never exposes himself to people on their periods, and well, because we're talking about blood and gore. Look, point is, he's not as desensitized as us.
By far. Like I don't know what's wrong with you people. And I'm not talking about the Fantastic Forum specifically. I'm not talking about the general audience.
Well, you did say you're from the 50s sensibilities.
Huh?
You did say you're from the 50s sensibilities.
For horror.
Oh. So black people? You're scared of black people?
No. See, that's not horror. That's just people.
See? So for like us, I mean, we watch The Exorcist and, we want some split pea soup. But that's something that's going to make you see, look, you're just thinking about it. Look at that. I think Exorcist and Poltergeist.
I still remember the Supernatural episode where the chick guest starred as like a cop.
With the chick from The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a good episode.
I'm not sure if I remember which episode that is.
Because you don't even know who the chick is. Like,
it's not the reoccurring cop lady.
No.
Not that one.
It was a one shot.
Oh.
And I didn't even recognize her, but they mentioned wanting a pea soup at the end. And I was like, oh, that must be her.
See, on Instagram, it was a dude named El Malloy Bueno.
No, not El Malloy.
Yeah, he says you can't let the internet down. He goes, I vote The Exorcist. Why be like Superman and pull on punches?
I don't think that's how you say that name. That's my boy. Look, where's my listen? I'm being betrayed by my own people. Yeah. This is what it feels like. Damn it.
He says
isn't it like El Malo?
El Malo y Bueno, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny if I go El Malloy.
You speak
Spanish. It makes me think of the
Brickleberry Bear. Brickleberry is funny. Or at least it was. Mm.
And it's on sale.
So, but yeah, we're also going to talk about Immortal Hulk when Hecht gets here. So let us know when you're here, Hecht. If. Don't doubt.
Weird.
Don't doubt the Hecht. And of course, whatever else you all want to talk about. And I guess we'll tell you how to do that right now, right? You ready for that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That PPE loan's paying off, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I get to pay the intern. We didn't get to lay her off.
All right. She's still around. It's like, yeah, okay. So, let's not waste any time. Let's just get into some news.
All right.
Woo! Comic book news. We should have a comic book like Kurt. Well, not like that, but like.
Good job, Moses. On the ready. All right.
So,
go ahead, Jay.
Monster Hunter trailer came out, starring Mila Jovovich and directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Are we gonna
And it
like
looks
that?
okay.
I heard that it's supposed to be the most accurate to the game movie ever made. How true is that? Because what I remember from Monster Hunter is people with giant swords and anime faces.
Yeah, that's not true. I'm pretty sure that's not true at all. I mean, the movie's about people being transported from the present into like a monster world where the game is just in that world. Like, I feel like Doom, the last Doom movie was more accurate to the game than this is.
Now, quick question. Now, Oz, when you say, or I got a couple questions. Oz, when you say it's supposed to be the most accurate to the game movie, does that mean the most accurate Monster Hunter movie, or is that the most accurate video game movie?
The most accurate movie representation of a video game is the way it was described.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
I haven't seen the trailer, and I'm not a huge Monster Hunter fan, but I just I read that quote and thought, well, that's bullshit. That's not.
What? Why did you read the quote and say that it was bullshit? Like, you didn't see the trailer or anything. What made you feel like, oh, no way?
I know Hollywood. It's not. It could come close, but it's not going to be anything like any game that it's based on. It's like saying, it's like how people are saying that that whatever Infinity War was based on the comic, like beat for beat. Yeah, there's an Infinity.
Nobody says that, do they? Does anybody say
there's a Thanos, but it's not that book,
right?
It's not.
So is it a thing where you think but video game movies are notoriously not usually that close to the source material? Did you just feel like, well, it's not even going to be closer or better than the movies, or it's not making a comparison to itself to other video game movies? Maybe
I thought that they would at least come close to getting the premise of the games right. That's why I asked Joe, because I don't really know those games, but Joe knows them way better, so he would know if the premise is similar. But at the same time, I've seen production photos, and they got 50 caliber machine guns, and that doesn't feel like a Monster Hunter thing to me. I always thought that was kind of like Final Fantasy giant swords, and I guess Barrett does have a Gatling hand.
To their credit, they do end up losing the guns and getting swords and stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, since it's them being transported to that world, they come with whatever they have there. But it is kind of like a Final Fantasy thing where it's like every game. I don't know if every Monster Hunter game is like its own world or if it's just one world. But I played, I think, about 3 different games, and they're all more or less the same in a sense, in that they're just a fantasy game with reptiles and dinosaurs and shit. Yeah, and the stills that I saw for the trailer looked like that. I didn't watch the trailer because I'm like,
yeah. Moses, I didn't watch the trailer because
yeah,
I don't know what that means.
I'm still gonna watch the movie, even having not seen the trailer, because Mila Jovovich in an action flick, it's gonna work. I understand there's some Resident Evils in there that could question that logic, but she's decent action star. I trust her.
Now, in the vein of that, I do hope there's only one.
One movie?
Yeah.
Or one Monster Hunter. There can only be one.
One movie.
Why do you hope there's only one?
Paul W.S. Anderson just gets worse the longer he goes. Like, it happened with that Resident Evil. Like, every movie was worse than the last. And it'll happen with Monster Hunter if he does more than one.
Got it. Now, is T.I. in that movie, Jay?
Yeah, which is funny. I saw the cast list and I said T.I. and I was like, man, I managed to avoid him like since this whole quarantine started. And now there he is. Like, I'm not sure why he's there, but good job. Now I've been exposed to T.I. again.
Why wouldn't T.I. be there? Why not? Like, this feels like a movie T.I. would be in.
What other movies has he done?
He was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yes, he's one of the three guys.
Oh, I don't remember.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Which one is T.I.?
The black guy.
No, but like out of all the black hip hop guy artists, like actors.
What? I don't understand the premise of your question, Moses.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is. He's a
guy. Like, are you asking who he is musically?
Well, out of all those like rapper artists that become actors, because I keep in my head, I keep seeing Tyrese, but I know that's not him.
Tyrese doesn't rap.
What's he do?
Close enough.
Sings. No.
Does he rhyme when he sings?
Yeah, like songs. Yeah, that's what songs do. Songs rhyme at the end often. What is this guy talking about? Tell you, man. Every now and then he channels his brother. You know?
But then I kept thinking Ludacris. I'm like, no, that's not him either.
Yeah, Ludacris raps.
No, he's actually good.
And then actually, now in that thought process,
as opposed to T.I.,
technically, like I recognize these guys, so it's the guy I don't recognize. Yeah.
Like T.I. was good in Ant-Man and Wasp. It was a very small role, but I had to ask because in the trailer it was almost as if they didn't want to show him. Like it was like he was in the trailer. Like his face would show up every so often, but like, it was literally on the screen for like a second and like a quarter every time. Like they don't let him say anything. They only let him make noises.
He's a
and I'm just like, I think that's T.I., but I'm not sure because they won't show his face long enough for me to be like, oh yeah, that is T.I. Which is weird because it's not like, I'm not saying he's the star of the movie. I'm not saying that they need to show him, but it's like, if you are going to put him on screen anyway, especially multiple times, like, why is it happening so quick? Like, I guess he's maybe in all the action scenes, and maybe that's what it was. They were just trying to show like little flashes of action, and it always was T.I. going, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, well, this fool's getting blown the hell up all the time or screaming like, I'm gonna get to that chopper. But they only go, get that. That was it. And I'm like, I think that's T.I., but I don't know.
He's a controversial figure.
I mean, not really, but a little bit. Like I remember he said that he wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton because she's a woman.
Well, no, it was he inspected his daughter's hymen.
That's just being black.
That's not being black. There are a lot of black people that voted for Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I thought you meant that. Check the hymen.
No. Look, I hope that's not what Joe meant because that's definitely not a black thing.
No, that's what. Why would you? How could you? I'm offended. I'm confused by this entire line of conversation already. Like we've only been in this portion of the conversation for like maybe 8 seconds, and I'm just like, it's the worst 8 seconds of the whole show. I blame myself.
Taking it back to 2009.
Taking you back to 2011.
So are we all gonna watch this movie?
We have to show.
I mean, if it like when it comes to streaming, sure.
I mean, we're not going to the theater. Like,
it's not coming out till 2021.
Oh, if it's January 21, then streaming.
Hey, Corona is not leaving till like 2030.
No, I don't think that's true.
That might be.
Oh, yeah. What other trailers came out for New York Comic Con?
I watched that Resident Alien thing. I guess that was a trailer. It was labeled as like the first 7 minutes, but it was really more like a trailer / issue 0.
Now wait, why is it not the first 7 minutes to you?
Cause it just felt like its own thing. It was very well. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It was very well encapsulated. Like it might very well be the first 7 minutes of episode 1.
Yeah,
but you could also just slap some credits at the end of it and make it a short.
You'd be like, "This is great."
Yeah, it was great. I'm done.
There it is.
All good.
I felt bad for the guy you killed.
You felt bad? Oh, got you. I hear you. El Hecht, are you there?
Yo.
What up, man? Welcome to the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, we're talking news stuff. So feel free to weigh in as you see fit.
Did you see the Batman in the bat robe?
In Resident Alien?
Wait, what?
Oh, are you talking about like at where? Where was there a Batman in a bat robe?
I think he's talking about the production photos that came out because they're reshooting the Batman again.
Yeah,
not reshooting, but they started shooting again.
Oh,
it was pictures of the Penguin, and then the stunt doubles for Batman and Catwoman were walking around in giant robes.
Oh, got you. Okay, hold on. We will come back to that because I do want to talk about Batman set production, or Batman like the production in general. First, let's finish Resident Alien. Mo, I know you read the book and we're a fan. Did you get to see this?
No.
No, Mo was like, I'm not. So are you just like gonna be like, I'm not? Are you just not gonna watch it?
No, I would have wanted to see everything that you sent me. It's just you sent it to me too close to showtime, and my day was actually kind of busy.
What, Mo?
What?
A content creator's life is very busy, Lauren. Yeah. You don't understand.
I guess I don't.
Like we got two video blogs coming up after the show. Like
if only I would create some sort of content in some way, shape, or form.
If only instead of watching all these videos on YouTube, you'd be making them like we told you to.
There it is. Just like
I would have loved it.
I'm making the next Resident Alien. I'm making episode 2.
I would have loved to have seen Larry like reaction video to Resident Alien, like with a green screen, and then you just see the trailer with Larry in the corner going, "Yeah."
Right. So. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
no, what happened? I was working out. I was lifting weights, and I hurt my back, and then that threw me off everything I was doing. So I didn't get to. I mean, I read the Hulk stuff because I started yesterday, so I read enough of that to do a good review, and I barely got to read Victor Crowley, and then that was it. Like I was just on my back, in pain, for like 3 hours.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's why now I'm gonna use this little thing on my back.
No, well, don't hurt yourself showing us the thing on your back.
No, it's good already. I mean, between the cannabis and the 211 and then the other stuff in here, like I think I'm good.
Okay, what the hell is that? It looks like you have a potion there. Like you're just drinking mana. Oh, it's the skull. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you put the 211 in that?
No, this is a whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm essentially having a Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Wait, so how is the 211 with whiskey? Because I got a whiskey right here.
Oh, it goes good together. Yeah.
Okay, well then, hey, shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that true?
Oh, we'll find out.
I mean, that's what a Mojo Jojo is. I mean, it's liqueur, Southern Comfort, and 211.
Yeah, but just Southern Comfort's definitely not whiskey.
No, it's sweeter, but if you're not a dude that likes sweet drinks, like the liquor really cuts the bitterness of the 211. Okay. You don't remember when we did Mojo Jojo because that was a show where we went 4 hours but only remember an hour of it.
Yeah.
I remember the drink itself because we've had it more than once.
Oh yeah.
But most of the time we've had it, I don't remember.
No, like
I remember the drink. I don't remember the day.
That's how we got the news theme. Was with Mojo Jojo.
that makes a lot more sense. Like all of a sudden, it
Mo
all
and
comes
Oz
together.
putting the fantastic in fantastic form.
Oh yeah, that does kind of work.
Yeah, I told you.
So anyway, I watched the trailer. Joe, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Automatically, I'm in. Anything with two dicks in it, I'm gonna be there.
Wow, really,
Joe.
Well,
really?
I really love Fantastic Forum. We're 4 dicks.
Oh, jeez.
What, Alan? Two dicks?
That's not how you say his name.
How do you say his name?
Tudyk.
No, that doesn't sound right. That sounds foreign. I don't like it.
What'd you think of Resident Alien, Jay?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. Like, it looked interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was good seeing Law and Order.
Just in general.
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
The thing is, visually, it's fine. It's good. The alien looks good. It looks good. But to really get the effect of two dicks performance, you gotta hear it.
You do. You do.
Especially the whole section where he's trying to learn English.
Yeah.
It's powerful stuff. I like it. I'm in.
Interestingly, that'll be 2 sci-fi shows he's in.
Like the network sci-fi?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's also on that other show, Devil May Care or something?
I
forget
think
the
that
exact
feels right.
Spring. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, the sun warms the earth.
Most
Really?
serenading us with a trailer.
I mean, if you can't put the video up while
Yeah, I can show the. Listen,
God.
do you want me to I can share a screen?
Nobody can see your little tiny two dicks.
No. But,
Go
why
ahead.
don't you just unplug your headphones and you can do your own thing with that while we talk about some other stuff. How about that?
I'm watching it. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's 7 minutes, so we definitely don't want to just hear the whole 7 minutes.
Oh, but see, you're that's the problem with you, Larry.
This is the problem with me.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
see
okay.
things. You don't see things like an executive.
Mm.
I just watched a minute and listened to about 30 seconds of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
Yeah, we knew you were in because it's good.
It's got two dicks.
Yeah, I got 2 dicks.
Tudyk.
I got Tuckcock.
Oh,
And 211.
moving right along.
I don't have enough 211 for that to pull that off.
So I'm predicting Wonder Woman 1984 is canceled.
Yeah.
Like
Because-
you mean
Yeah.
for the year,
No,
not period.
Well, I think it's gonna bomb now because apparently Gal Gadot is evil. She's canceled now.
What did she
She
do?
She was canceled last time too.
she took the role of Cleopatra in an upcoming movie, and the internet is just like in an uproar about it.
Why?
Because she's not Egyptian, even though neither was Cleopatra.
Yeah. And Moses wasn't Egyptian, but he was Pharaoh. Or second in line of Pharaoh.
I mean, Moses in line to become Pharaoh?
He was
He was at least third because it was Pharaoh, and then the son. The first son is obviously the next one in line, and then I think it was him.
I think Moses was just Pharaoh's boy. Like he wasn't gonna become the Pharaoh.
Nah, he's like the Secretary of State if they kill the president, vice president, and Speaker of the House.
Yeah, it'll take some tragedies, but it could get to him.
Like a plague or something, and then he'll be Pharaoh.
I don't think that's how that works. But either way, so she's gonna be Cleopatra, and people are like, no.
Yeah, basically. People are just mad, and apparently she's bad now. We're not allowed to.
I've been mad at her already because of her support of Israel and the whole Palestine-Israel thing. So.
Yeah, she as a native-born Israeli, she was in the military.
Yeah, but people are mad about that. Like whole countries boycotted Wonder Woman.
Like,
I'm not boycotting it.
I don't like. Obviously, no countries that were that significant, huh?
Well, the countries that boycotted Wonder Woman were mainly
like countries that wouldn't show it anyway, right?
Well, yeah, because it's also strong.
Because she's wearing she's like her legs show.
But now she's canceled by Americans too.
Mm.
Yeah, but they're not going to the theater either.
It depends on what state.
Yeah, look,
huh?
AMC in Thousand Oaks is opening up again, but we'll see how that goes.
Jeez. So
speaking of canceled is LA Comic-Con. So Oz isn't coming to LA. We're not.
Which is what I said when you guys announced it. I told you guys.
Again, I asked the question on Instagram. They answered. They wrote an article about how it's still going on, and then now it's not going on. Like, at the time, I thought it was going on. And I wanted an excuse to make content for the show.
We all knew that it was more likely than not going to not happen. It was just that they announced it, and, you know, we had talked about how we thought it might be a play for them to get their money. Because they weren't trying to refund.
Because they're not giving anybody their money back.
No, I'm talking about their refund from the convention center.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
They were like, give us our money. And the convention center was like, no.
The only thing that really surprised me about this story is how quickly it got canceled. Because they just announced it, like, what, 3 weeks ago? 2
Yeah.
weeks ago?
But when I asked the question.
I thought it was last week.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't know. It's been a month at the most from announcing that this is gonna happen to it's canceled.
I'm almost positive it hasn't been a month.
No, it hasn't been a month.
It was like literally like when I asked the question on Instagram, I went and looked, and the announcement was made like a few minutes later. Like it all came together at the same time, and. So yeah, about 2-3 weeks maybe.
Well, I mean that's how these things go. You bring it into existence, and I snuff it out.
And that was the quickest.
That's what we're gonna make our good channel.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Oz and I are gonna have a good channel.
Oh, jeez, hey.
The alcohol is already hitting.
Right, it's like Mojo Jojo's.
The two.
Mojo Jojo presents.
That's what we're gonna. Oz and I had two dicks talking Tudyk. All of Alan Tudyk things. We just talk about different Alan Tudyk stuff.
He does enough.
That's
I would listen to that.
We talk about Firefly one week and Dodgeball the other week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you guys aren't talking Star versus the Forces of Evil, I'm not watching.
Look, I'm in. I love that show.
There it is.
Oh,
not
good.
to mention Doom Patrol.
Nah, that's too mainstream.
You're so silly. You better stop it. Anyway,
we got our unboxing stuff. How about 2 dicks, 1 box?
Where was he?
Oh, yeah. Is it a dick in the box?
Could be. We don't know. Tune in. Subscribe.
That's how you get them. That's how you get them.
So did anyone watch the Fat Man trailer?
I'm watching it right now.
I'm on here, man. Why you gotta diss me like that?
Not you, Heck. A different Fat Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith? He lost weight.
No, not
Gibson. Mel Gibson playing Santa Claus.
I saw
it
on him.
I saw it, and immediately after I saw it, I sent you guys a message about it.
Yeah, he did. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he kind of mentioned it. Because he mentioned a dude named Walter Goggins. And I'm like, who the fuck is Walter Goggins? I don't know who Walter Goggins is.
Dude, he does a bunch of shit.
You know Walter Goggins.
I don't know no Walter Goggins.
If you see his face, you'll know him.
I don't know no Walter Goggins.
Lauren, it's Walt Hun, not Walter.
Yeah. Are you gonna talk about if you're gonna talk about one of my favorite character actors, like that. I told you, Larry, that you didn't explain Ant-Man right because you didn't tell me Walton Goggins was in it. Like that made the whole movie for me when I saw it. I'm like, I'm in. I want Ant-Man and Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp, like everything.
And Walton
Goggins is in it.
Yeah, it's apparently Siri's never heard of him, so she auto-corrected my spelling.
Yeah, so yeah, Walton Goggins, man, love that guy. I'm in. Like I usually don't watch movies with anti-Semites in them, but Walton Goggins in it, I'm in.
Oh, because Goggins is trying to kill the guy, right?
Yeah, like the last movie I saw with an anti-Semite in it was Schindler's List.
It's wild. Like this is how you know 2020 is on some other stuff, man. Well, we making movies about people trying to kill Santa Claus.
That's nothing new though, man.
It is.
It's interesting. Like someone was talking about it, and they brought up the Last Christmas comic.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I can see where they're going with that. Like it's kind of a subversion of your typical Christmas stuff, but it looks fun.
I saw it more as a like a toned down version of that Lobo takes on Santa Claus comic.
Again, I've seen that too. This doesn't shock me. And Larry, I know Larry's never seen it because he hates Christmas. He has a war on Christmas. But
I'm like Melania. F
yeah.
Christmas.
Damn.
Christmas will fuck itself.
She said that.
Yeah.
Or something close.
Yeah.
Something close. I'm sorry. That's so funny.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like she was right here.
Yeah. Husband Donald, marry me after first period. Be best.
Be best. Okay.
But,
okay, let's wait. So what about Christmas now?
You got to watch that movie, Christmas horror story.
Add it to the list, Lawrence. Add it to the list.
Amazing. It's fucking amazing. I like it's a.
Are they
it's
trying
a
to kill
horror.
Santa in that one too?
Man, do they ever?
No.
But dude, it's a Christmas themed horror anthology, but the wraparound, the actual like. There's a movie that happens in between each story, and they kind of connect, but it's really anthology. But that movie, the special effects in that Santa versus the other guy, Krampus.
Jesus.
Krampus. Santa and Krampus like beating the shit out of each other in the North Pole is fucking amazing. And then the twist at the end, dude, Larry, you got to watch Christmas Horror Story. Like you, in fact, you're gonna review it during Halloween and Christmas.
Damn. 2 for 1.
Like I watch that movie twice a year during Halloween and Christmas.
So, speaking of Walton Goggins, did anyone watch the Invincible trailer?
Is he in it?
Yeah.
He's not in the trailer, but he is in the show.
Huh. Okay.
I seen it.
Yeah, I watched the trailer too.
What you all think?
It was tight. I'm in.
What are you talking about? Invincible?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Okay. We're talking about Fat Man.
You're
I
talking about
thought we're done with Fat Man.
Yeah, he brought Invincible up, so I wasn't talking about Invincible.
Okay. So what y'all think of Invincible?
It was a pretty standard trailer.
Yeah, the show itself seemed kind of generic. I mean, it seems like something I would want to watch and I'm interested in, but you know, it looks like a generic superhero cartoon.
And here's somebody that's never read the Invincible comic. That's typical response from us. Anybody that just looks at the cover of Invincible comic, and it's like, and that's the thing. Once you get like 2 pages into that book one, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, like Invincible is definitely made to look that way. It's a comic that embraces all of the classic superhero tropes.
Like you could be a big ass Nightwing fan, Oz, and be like, "Oh, this is just like a knockoff of like Nightwing," and then it's like, "Oh shit, this guy's better than Nightwing," you know. And if you're like a Spider-Man fan, like you kind of feel that too, and it's like, "Oh shit, this might be better than Spider-Man," you know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to check it out, even though Invisible always has looked like the bootleg Blue Beetle action figure from China.
Hey, again, that's part of the charm, man. You read Guarding the Globe, yeah. Like it definitely plays on every like I guess trope, but more of like even design, like down to the design. And in fact, Ryan Otley, fucking Hollywood Ryan Otley, he quit. He's so smug about it too. Like he quit. Damn it, that's what I was supposed to do today. I have my my Ryan Otley Spider-Man covers framed, and I was gonna burn them on the air. I'll do it. But yeah, like he goes, he posted on Instagram, it was my life dream to work on Spider-Man, but now it's come to an end. Like as a kid, I used to think he was the best superhero ever, and then it's like, what do you mean used to think, motherfucker? Like, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm working on character designs for Invincible, like, you know, so a fucking Hollywood Ryan Otley.
I mean, he just announced that his last issue of Spider-Man, right? That's
what he did in the announcement. Was that what I just said? And then, oh, by the way, I'm a working character design next, but it's clearly Invincible. Like, so they probably got.
He already designed those characters.
No, but they're gonna change some stuff for the show, like actual stuff they can animate. You know.
If you look at the character animation for the shows, it's like honestly, every character animation that I've seen looks pretty much exactly like the comic.
Yeah.
The only character
here's the thing, Larry. If somebody was to make a movie of us, like, will we not quit what we're doing to be consultants on that movie to tell the people that are playing us how to play us when they could just listen to 10 years of shows?
I mean, quit. Like, are you saying if they're gonna make a Fantastic Four movie, will we quit doing Fantastic Four to help them?
Whatever we're doing to help them, whether it's this or whatever job, like if they're gonna pay us, $75,000 to just sit there essentially because they already have everything they need.
Yeah, I mean, I would quit other jobs. I'm not gonna quit doing this.
Hollywood Ryan Otley, Hollywood Larry Young.
I'm not gonna quit doing this though.
No, but this isn't what pays you, fool.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about Spider-Man paid him, and then the smugness about it. The hero I thought was the greatest. Like
he didn't say that.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't say the hero I thought was the greatest. He said he grew up thinking or that he wanted to be on Spider-Man, which was his favorite hero then, right? He didn't say I thought was the greatest, like, oh, he's definitely not the greatest anymore.
Here's what he says. I decided to jump off of Amazing Spider-Man. It just comes down to me simply wanting to work on other projects. Amazing Spider-Man was my first comic I ever bought as a kid. It was what I thought was the best superhero ever made. So I always wanted to fulfill that fantasy to be an Amazing Spider-Man artist. And now, with around 2 years and an Amazing Spider-Man and 20 issues under my belt, I feel like I've gotten my fill and want to have other projects to work on.
20? That's it? Not even 2 full years?
Other characters I'd like to play with. My last Spider-Man issue is Amazing Spider-Man 850. Hope you like it. Thank you, ASM team. Super happy to work with Nick Spencer, Cliff Rathburn, Nathan Fairburn, Laura Martin, and editors Nick Lowe and Kathleen Wazinski. I will be back at Marvel soon on a new project I'm very excited about. Currently doing pre-production design.
He just tired of drawing all those webs. Hollywood
Ryan Otley.
Yeah, we got any other stories?
He's a great guy though, but when I met him, like, he's amazing. I love the guy.
What about let's go back to this Batman production coming back into or Batman coming back into production. What were you saying, Hecht, about Batman being in the robes?
Oh, well, I guess according to Mo, it was a stunt guy. But it reminded me of Lego Batman, like when he's hanging out and he has a cowl, but he has like just a hanging out robe. That's how he looked. He's in the outfit, like straight up Batman costume, and he's wearing a bathrobe. Like he got a bathrobe for working on the movie or something, and he looks like, Alfred, can you get my bathrobe, my batrobe? You know,
it's interesting. So the movie's back in production. Is it going on without Pattinson? Like I know that
he was there. He was there as Bruce Wayne.
He's good. He's good now.
But I know that they were saying he got COVID.
Yeah, but he beat it. He had mild symptoms. They gave him the Regeneron. And,
the biggest problem, hydrochlorine or whatever.
No, he didn't get that. Nobody got
Neither
that.
did
Rezanavir. Whatever. Steroids. Which Pattinson, would benefit from for this movie because the
like he wasn't on them already.
The rumor, he's not. If you see him, he's not. The rumor with him was that they were pushing him off of it a little bit because he's too skinny to be Batman.
I did hear that.
I always saw that as
good enough shape.
Yeah, I always just saw that as it. He wasn't even trying though. Like he was going out for a jog, which was really like, dude, I could do that jog that he did. He's basically just walking. But
I mean, what they had pictures or video of the jog or what?
Yeah, we talked about it. Like I talked about how I defended him because everybody hated him because of Twilight. I defended him as an actor and a broody guy, like he could be Batman. And then he turns around and says, "I don't want to lift weights," and
But to give him credit, he looks fine in the suit. I think he looks more like the Dick Grayson Batman.
Yeah,
he does.
Skinny, but you guys seem to insist that it's year 2, so it takes a while to develop muscle.
And well, the thing is, if you read stuff like was it The Dark Knight Returns, like he's older, he's less conditioned, but he's bulkier, and it's like bulk came on over time. You look at you look at Detective Comics 27 Batman, and then you look at like Neil Adams Batman, like there's been a progress in development of musculature. Yeah.
Either way, he looks good in the outfit.
Yeah.
I give him that. He looks fine. And I love the fact that one of the things that pisses me off about superhero stuff is when they're wearing the mask and you can tell there's makeup underneath it, and then they take off the mask and like suddenly their face is like there's no makeup on it. Yeah. So when I saw that scene in the trailer where he's not wearing his mask and he's got the fucking raccoon eyes, I was like, yes, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's how Oz knew it was gonna be a good Batman movie.
Well, I had the same reaction he did. Like even when who are you? And then he just beats the fuck out of that dude and says, "I'm vengeance." Like that to me was almost like the animated series type. Like in the animated series, he would have been like, "I am justice" or "I am the knight." Like
everybody expected I am Batman.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the easy thing to go. Every movie does that for that reason, because it's like, but really, it's like Batman. Batman sees himself as Batman as a means to an end, not as an identity. You know what I mean? But because ultimately he is the avenging spirit of the night, in the darkness where nobody can see him coming.
And the other big news with this is a lot of those pictures were of the Penguin.
Which pictures?
That I didn't see.
The production photos.
Alfred.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? He looks more like Home Dude from The Office.
That guy?
Yeah, because I guess because of the prosthetics, like the
Yeah.
head looks like it's a little too big.
Like I guess it's like Ed. What is it?
I know his character name was Kevin. I forget the actor's name.
Ed Helms?
No. The fat stupid guy.
Oh,
The
okay.
dude who dropped the shoe.
Yeah. Okay, I know him.
Yeah,
Well,
imagine him, but his face more like fucked up, like he had chicken pox and couldn't stop scratching.
Or meth addiction.
Yeah, or okay.
Chicken pox or meth? I feel like that should not be like on
Tomato,
the same scale.
tomato.
It's the same scars.
Oh,
I got a few in the back of my head right.
geez.
From chicken pox.
From meth. Oh my goodness, man.
Okay, we got anything else, or are we doing Immortal Hulk?
I did want to ask you all about, and I don't even know if you all actually took the time to check this out, but did you guys look at that MODOK trailer?
I watched it. It's stupid.
I'm watching it. I'm watching it right now.
Okay, so you think it's stupid, Oz. What do you think of it, Jay?
I like it. Like, it's so weird. It's such a coincidence. But I just got done rewatching the first 2 seasons of Supermansion.
Mm-hmm.
And so, obviously, the look-wise, they're very similar.
Yeah.
And they're going for this kind of a, I can't remember what the word is, but not a traditional take on MODOK, more of a comedic.
Yeah, like a parody-ish.
Yes, not parody, but
or
satire. I guess.
Yeah, satirical take. Yeah, you're right.
Right, just like Supermansion was.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm liking it. Like, it looks good. Like, I don't think they're gonna get as raw as Supermansion, but yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, honestly. Like,
It's
what?
It's the type of thing, the type of show, like the way I saw it. If it was a 2-3 minute robot chicken thing, I can laugh my ass off at it. I can't picture myself watching a half-hour show and then extend that into a series.
Did you ever watch Supermansion?
No.
Why not? George told you to.
Did he? I don't remember.
You would like Supermansion. It's
We were
really good.
supposed to watch it for the show, but nobody did, so we never reviewed it.
I watched it.
But we never reviewed it because I didn't watch it.
I will say it's hard to find now because apparently it's not on Crackle anymore.
It's disappeared.
So I have no idea where to watch it.
You got to watch it on YouTube, like 2 minutes at a time.
Like MODOK.
Actually, yeah, YouTube probably does have the full episodes.
I think I saw it on Tubi TV.
Oh, Tubi.
Tubi? Okay.
I
was watching it on Amazon, and they don't have the 3rd season. And so I do want to rewatch that.
Oh, you can buy it on iTunes.
I don't have iTunes.
Wasn't it a Sony thing? Like, didn't Sony make that? That's why it was on Crackle?
Yeah, but it was like they don't have the bandwidth because they can't store shows because people don't use it. So they can't sell commercials, so they get rid of like Powers. I don't think is even on there anymore. Or what was the other one? Painkiller Jane's not on there anymore.
Now,
but somehow the Three Stooges are. Like, it's weird.
When I click on it on Crackle, I get a screen that says this title isn't available this month. Now, does that mean it's a rotating thing? Like, I should check back at the end of the month?
They only have a certain amount of server space they allow because not a lot of people use it. So whatever they put on is what they'll make money on commercials because people keep clicking on. But I don't think it'll come back next month. Like, it'll come back whenever, and if enough people search for it, you know? But by the time it would come back, it'll be on something else, like YouTube or press copy or whatever.
Oh, wow. I like this cast. Bryan Cranston, Keegan-Michael Key.
The cast is amazing.
It's a great show. It's like
Yeah,
and like it's definitely something you should check out yet
like
again.
I feel like if you watched it, it would kind of open your mind up a little bit. Like you could do some really funny, really interesting shit in this format. And Superman's improved that. They did like 3 seasons of it.
See, and that's the thing with MODOK, where the format's not the issue for me because it looks good. I guess I'm a little skeptical of Patton Oswalt, I think.
Just because, when's he let you down before?
I mean, it's not so much that he's never let me down. It's just that it doesn't sound like he's trying to like really bring
MODOK out to life.
Yeah, it sounds like he's just like using MODOK to tell jokes.
Then I mean, MODOK with kids, and one of them is in the MODOK chair, the other one isn't.
That was hilarious.
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, no, I thought that was. I thought it was pretty funny that he had like a kid that's like your typical kid, and then he had a MODOK.
Stuff like he shoots a dude's arm off, and the dude's just like standing there, like not even fazed by it. It just kind of, I don't know, that stuff doesn't hit me as funny.
There's an episode of the Iron Man cartoon from back in the day, the Superhero Hour with Fantastic Four at the beginning and Iron Man, and they did a MODOK episode where they actually explored MODOK as a person, and I thought that was one of the greatest episodes of that cartoon block, period. And that's something that I would want to see again done now. I don't want a series of that, but I would like an episode.
If the joint has like a through line and it's like an interesting story, then it'll be fine. But just from what I saw, it doesn't feel as much as if that's what's happening, which is okay because it's just a preview, right? It's just a trailer, so maybe it wouldn't show that. I'll still give it a shot, but I would not be surprised. Like if it ends up just being like kind of like a self-contained episode by episode kind of deal, and it's just kind of like using AIM as a backdrop to tell jokes, I don't know if that's gonna work for me. Like it'll be different. Like if it does something kind of like along the lines of like what Lower Decks is doing, where it tells jokes in that universe, but it's not making fun of Star Trek. It's like that might work because and of course Lower Decks actually has like a through line as well too. So
don't bring up Lower Decks.
Why not?
Because I was trying to talk about it a couple weeks back and nobody watched it.
I watched it. I watched every episode.
We just weren't caught up. That's not the same as not watching it.
You didn't watch what
as
I
soon
was.
as they sell it on Amazon, I'll watch it. But CBS is being fucking super stingy right now.
I watched the whole thing. You don't want to hear what I have to.
It was good. I know you loved it. Makes sense.
Real quick, in chat, Tiger Claw, he's here in chat. He says, "What's up, Fantastic Forum? What you all think of that trailer for the Monster Hunter movie?"
Should have been here earlier.
We did talk about that earlier. We're all gonna see it. It looks good. Hopefully, there's only one because Paul W.S. Anderson sucks when he starts making more than one movie.
More T.I.
Oh, and T.I.'s in it.
I hate it when they play noise during our stream.
Jay's Yankee Doodle Dandy ringtone.
That's the baby mama.
That's the baby mama.
It's like you put a feather in their cap and call them macaroni.
Well, that's not what it is, but we should sell our opening theme as a ringtone.
Hey, look, all you have to do is tell me when. Look, tell me when. I'll put it up. Like I'm set up for that.
There it is. Most set up for that.
Yeah.
Put on the Patreon.
No, fuck that. iTunes, 99 cents.
Jay does one song. He's trying to go platinum.
There it is.
Look,
that would be awesome.
We still got to split it 4 ways, right?
Oh, wow. Wow. See how quick they turned? Wow. He's like,
I subcontracted that job out to my entertainment studio, and so they're kind of the ones that own all the rights to that.
He's like, my people, you know, they drop on a contract. He's like, I don't even know if I'm getting a cut.
And that could look.
All right, Hollywood Joe.
Production.
Send over your licensing contract, and we'll see. We'll talk.
I like you said, it's getting split 5 ways.
We might have to. We might get another copyright claim this video.
Wow, it's rough out here, man.
Like
Joe, copyright striking the videos of his song.
Joe,
you can put it on iTunes. Can you put it on Amazon also? Can you put it like on a major? Like I was thinking about doing it.
Look, I can do it, man. I can do it. Yeah.
I could almost see the dollar signs on Joe's face.
No, I don't think anyone's gonna buy it, but it would be nice to have it out there.
Here's the thing: we can make it a ringtone, sell the ringtone, because that will make people more. Like, I don't want to have a business meeting during the show, but the ringtone is more accessible because people won't buy it. It's like, oh, I want this in my music collection, but it's like, you know what? The chill Fantastic Forum music opening theme for my alarm clock, like that's gonna work. Like, because it's not like that. It's not shocking, but it'll be like, and then it wakes you up slowly. You're not like when the alarm comes up, like, because that's part of the thing. Like the alarm comes on and you're like, ah, fuck, I gotta go to work. But this is soothing you out of slumber.
Right.
You know.
Cool. Let's do it.
Again, split it 4 ways, right?
Yeah.
All right. Got an oral contract.
Buddy. Last thing real quick before we get into some reviews. The writer, Donnie Cates.
Yeah.
Like Donnie Cates is having a crazy, like, I guess, like, definitely 2020, but I guess technically it's before that, right? Because he's been writing like all these ridiculously popular Venom like stories are all him as far as writing duties are concerned.
With Canole and shit.
Yeah, like absolute carnage and right, all the friggin' all the symbiote god stuff and all this kind of stuff. Are you guys like symbiote? What? Say it, Mo.
Symbiote.
Oh no, I know. Like you say, what is a symbiote?
A symbiote. Yeah.
Oh jeez. But so
the fuck's a symbiote?
I mean, exactly. He's laughing, but he started this segment off by calling it a symbiote.
I said symbiote.
You said symbiote the first time.
I don't think that's true, but we can rewind the tape. Listen, I'm just not going to believe that. Like, it doesn't sound like something I would say. That's probably what you heard. It doesn't sound like what I said. No, but so listen. So yeah, having ridiculous success with all the Venom stuff. Then he took over Thor, and that Thor is like ridiculous right now. Apparently, like people are loving Thor. I have the first like 6 or 7 issues, and I haven't even read them yet. But
is this the Unworthy Thor?
No, Thor's been worthy for a while now. Again, this is like, if I'm not mistaken, I think
one where he put Iron Man's phone number on Mjolnir.
I don't know. Did that happen?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, he put Tony Stark's phone number on Mjolnir and then threw it and it landed on Earth and people were calling the number and Tony Stark's like, how the fuck did you get my number? And it's because
when did that happen, or how long ago did that happen?
Probably like a month ago, like an issue or 2 ago. It wasn't.
Why would he do that?
Because at one point Tony Stark took a Sharpie to Mjolnir and wrote something on it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, like I
Drew a
don't
dick
know.
on it.
Probably it was after a team up. I forget what.
But I know that, like, if I'm not mistaken, it starts off, I think, with Thor as the Herald of Galactus. And how that happens, I couldn't tell you because I wasn't following. And, that was like, but as far as I know, that's where the story began. But people are like loving that series. And
Look,
then,
if what you said is true, I'm in.
oh, there you go. And then, have you guys heard of crossover?
I've heard of those. They happen every once in a while in comics.
No, but the actual comic crossover.
Is it about basketball?
So crossover is supposed to be a comic series, like a limited series that's being published by Image. And it's getting a lot of buzz. I know the series.
I have a buzz sound effect.
Okay. Do you want to play it?
No. I mean, that's not it.
That's like I
mean, technically it is a buzz sound effect.
I think that was a crossover.
No more Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yes.
What are you?
He's cooking on the soundboard I sent him.
That's the buzz.
I did hear the buzz in it, though. I did hear the buzz.
So listen. So crossover is supposed to be like a comic series coming out of Image, and it's supposed to be like an extra meta kind of thing, like a book that is a comic about actual crossovers, that like comic book crossover events that are happening. I guess it's the book about the world that's reading about a comic book crossover, and that crossover spills into that actual world. And so it's like, it almost sounds like they're trying to do almost like some sort of comic book version of Inception, where it's like an event inside of an event inside of a comic book event inside the real world.
Yeah, I already read that. DC does that all the time. That's the whole Superboy Prime thing is on his dimension, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The stories of the superheroes, like writers are channeling these stories, and so the books that DC writes are actually the writers channeling what's happening in the main DC universe. And Superboy Prime is in there, and there's actually a book where he's reading, I think it was after Blackest Night, where he's reading a book that ends in his death, and so he goes to the DC building and starts like taking out writers because he's pissed off.
But there's no point where you get to the real world in the DC comic book, right?
There is, because he ends up in a crisis right afterwards.
I don't know what that means. Like when you say, I mean, I know what it means in a crisis, but
why?
Because it was a crisis, is it the real world?
The guy was reading about a crisis and then ends up in that crisis.
But in the world that Superboy Prime is from, they're superheroes.
No, there's not.
There's no superheroes in the universe that Superboy Prime is from?
No, there's not. That's the thing. He's reading.
Why doesn't he count?
Because he's not a superhero. He's not out there doing Superboy or Superman.
I mean, okay, I'm sorry. What I mean is superpowered beings.
He would be the only one. I'm pretty sure they depowered him after a while.
Wasn't he?
He's the guy that punched reality and caused Final Crisis.
Yeah, no, I look.
Isn't that when him and
go ahead? Heck,
isn't that when Lois and Superman were stuck in that little limbo dimension?
Yeah, well, it's called Paradise.
Yeah,
they were stuck in Paradise.
I don't think what's happening in crossover is what has happened in the DC comics.
Well, then it's not as good.
or it's actually good. But the fact is, this joint, it's not coming out, I think, until like maybe November, I think. But it's already like has 150,000 like issues pre-ordered already, which is
Bullshit.
a big deal.
What
A
do they
big
call
deal.
that? Like, when it has that, like, oh, here it is. The buzz.
It's not as powerful. Not
The
as
most
impactful.
anticlimactic sound effect.
Yeah.
Like if we could just get like a bee or something, that
I
would be
wanted
good.
a bee, but nobody gave me. They gave me that. Like, I wanted.
I'd argue you did get it.
I'm just saying, like,
You know
a
what
buzz,
that
you know,
was?
like from a game show, like any other buzz except that one. That's what I'm asking.
I know where that buzz came from because I specifically chose that buzz because it's hair clippers
Yeah.
going on, and because Mo that's his job. That's why I made that connection.
Yeah.
Don't ask me where the chick moaning to it came from. That like I was drinking this crap. That's how that came about.
I wanted a
That's
swarm
the
of
little
like,
Yeah, man. So it's wild because of course Diamond now doesn't have DC as part of their publisher lists because DC doesn't use Diamond. So Image is now the number 2 comic publisher according to Diamond, from their stats. And it's wild because when you look at the list of the latest list of book orders and whatnot, Donnie Cates' books are like basically half the list between people reordering back issues of Venom and getting ready to bulk up or add extra issues of they got another event coming up. What is it? King of the Black? I don't remember. Whatever the next Venom event is coming up. I think it might actually be called King in Black. Actually, it might be called King in Black. I don't know. It's supposed to be like the next huge event is going to change the status of Eddie Brock in the entire Marvel universe or whatnot. So I don't know what they're going to do to Eddie Brock. And who knows? I might check it out just to see, because I'm like, I've been hearing about this Venom series steadily now for, I want to say, like 2 years.
I know something we forgot to say in news.
Say what?
I know something we forgot to say in news.
Oh, okay.
We're still in news, so technically you gotta wait.
Yeah, absolutely. We have not left.
This is why you gotta leave it to the professional.
I know. But no, man,
The
it's
professional
like
with the hair clipper.
wow. Heck knew where to go though. He was like, you know what? Let me talk about your sorry ass buzz sound effect. Heck knew where to go. He knew where to strike. But no, man. I'm just like I'm like, okay, like I think I'm sleeping on Donnie Cates is what I'm saying, because I was planning on reading crossover, but I wasn't overly hyped for it or anything. But I'll tell you, one of the things that they said recently, like the people that are making crossover over at Image, that I was like, you did too much here. You're doing too much. You should just like. They basically were saying that it's basically this generation's Watchmen, and I'm like, I don't believe that.
Oh,
like you can't, like all you're doing is setting yourself up for disappointment for anyone that is gonna buy into that hype and read it, because it'll probably be a great story. I don't think it'll be this generation's Watchmen, and I'm ready to eat those words if it turns out to be true, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
A little teaser to my my trip to the comic book store. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll get to see it. We might review this generation's Watchmen.
What is it?
It's Rorschach, #1.
Oh, didn't we review Rorschach #1 already?
No, we talked about the cover image because it was controversial or something.
Well, the font, like people got mad at.
Yeah, that's right. We did talk about the font.
Okay. Yeah, man. So yeah. Also, it turns out Image is having actually a really good year this year. Like, it's crazy. They say Image Comics this is the best year. 2020 is the best year Image Comics has had since the 90s.
Man, so it was worth it. 200,000+ people dying, huh?
No. No. I just, I think they just had they put out some really good books.
Well,
So,
you had 60 months off.
who?
Everybody.
No, I mean the comics didn't have 6 months off.
Yeah, they did.
6 months off.
How many?
No.
How long did the comic stop?
3 months. 3 months max.
Yeah, March to June. Maybe
If it was 6 months, I wouldn't be here. I'd be crazy already. I would know.
But everything was delayed to the fall too, right?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't put some delays and things, but at the same time, like people that write comics can write from home. People that can draw comics can draw from home. It's not like there didn't need to be a work stoppage, other than the fact that people were kind of like, well, we're not certain who's getting paid what yet. So there was probably a point where people were like, hey, put your pencils down, put your pens down, which, I mean, that did happen because they're like,
print shops were stopped is what happened.
Yeah. Oh, Mo's like, I'm out. Mo's like, you don't agree?
Enough of our crap.
I'm gone then, goddamn.
Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, it's that time.
Do we have
No, news.
Oh, you had
one thing.
Yeah, one more thing. What was it that we almost forgot? Heck.
Yeah, so apparently Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield signed on for Spider-Man 3.
Oh, you know what? We did talk about that last week. What do you think about it, Heck?
No, there was rumor. Now it's official.
They officially signed on? Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. Now listen.
I guess. If this story is to be built.
I'm a little concerned, I won't lie. Like, if they try to do a Spider-Verse movie, that would be a mistake. If it's a cameo, that's fine.
I think it's cameo.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think it's Tom Holland's gonna be tossed from universe to universe, and like land and be like, oh, hi, Garfield. I guess you're Spider-Man too. Hey, they do the pointing thing, and then he's gonna end up in another dimension, and it's just gonna dimension hop.
Yeah, that would be great.
The important thing is people need to stop calling the MCU the 616 universe, because it's not the 616 universe.
That's true.
Black Compact in chat says it has to be cameo.
Yeah, I agree. If it's anything more than cameos, you're messing up the movie, which would be like messed up because, like, we would know at that point that obviously there's some sort of curse on the third Spider-Man movies, so we should not make them. We should just do 1, 2, and then reboot.
Am I back?
You are back.
Sorry.
No, it's all right, man. Like your righteous anger kicked you off the interwebs.
It's not righteous anger. I'm just talking shit, and that's why I hate it, because that's when I do my best shit.
And Oz's righteous anger has kicked him off. No, I think he took himself off the stream, actually.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you for doing that, Oz.
You drink a mojo, you're going to go throw up.
He's going to go throw up? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. It looks like we may have another member of the forum here.
Uh-oh.
Caller.
Hi there.
Hey there. How are you? Okay.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
It's awkward.
If it's going to take you that long to type sweet, we may not be able to keep you on. Yeah. Okay. Maybe next time then. Okay. Thanks for the call.
No.
Yeah. It's like he's like,
yeah,
sweet.
Good side.
Like, I would have entertained that call easy. I would have had no problem.
Got to be quick
entertaining that call if they could type more words per minute.
My internet drops, but his is fine.
I know. So Moses, I don't know if we're getting to listen still, but Hector was informing us that that Garfield and Maguire have officially signed on to Spider-Man 3.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. I don't like the Garfield movies. I like the Maguire. In the Spider-Verse, I mean, there's no real Spider-Man, and MCU has no real Spider-Man technically. If it is a Spider-Verse thing, like until you tell me, you're telling me this now, but until you tell me, oh, so and so is gonna be 616 Spider-Man, then we could talk. You know what I mean?
No, but you don't want any actor to be 616 Spider-Man.
Like it wouldn't work with the 616 Spider-Man.
Why not?
Because you gotta keep
because they would have to be the comic book. They'd have to be the comic book continuity Spider-Man.
Right.
Would you want to see a comic book continuity Spider-Man in a live action movie?
It's not about what I want. Clearly, the movies don't do what I want.
Oh well, I'm asking you.
So look, all I want is some kind of acknowledgement to that Spider-Man being cool. Like
if we're gonna go down that road, we need the dude that played Spider-Man in the 70s. We need fucking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, like I said, this is why this has to be cameos and not an actual Spider-Verse thing. Because if you got a whole Spider-Verse movie with a whole bunch of different Peter Parkers, that's a mistake. It's like you don't need that. Like that defeats the purpose of Spider-Verse. Like in the same way, like how like even when you had the Spider-Verse in the comic books, it's like, yeah, some of those guys are Peter Parker, but the ones that you surround 616 Spider-Man with, none of those guys are really like Peter Parker per se, and that's why it works. You know, they're alternate versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess. But in the movie, like again, I haven't been happy with any Spider-Man in the movie aside from Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse. So they can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't give a shit. Like, you know, I love Tom Holland. Like, he's fine for that, but you know, I said this last time we talked about this too, where like the best thing that happened to Spider-Man in Spider-Verse was 616 Peter Parker meeting Spider-Gwen. And they lost that moment. They're not going to do it. They can't do it effectively in movies, so I don't give a fuck what they do.
Throw the whole thing away.
All right. All right.
Do it, but you're not going to get like, you know, sycophantism from me. Yeah. I'm going to do a quick heavy metal minute. It'll probably be 30 seconds or 4 minutes. I don't know.
Are you doing it live or
I'm doing it live? Yeah, I'm doing it live.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, heavy metal minute. Now's the time, Mo. Go for it.
I'm doing it live. This is what it sounds like when I do it live. 2020 is a weird year. Shit's fucked up. A group of militia members were arrested with a plot to kidnap Michigan's governor. And one of the head dudes was a dude named Brandon Caserta. I'm not glorifying his name by any means, but he was a metalhead. And in one of his video manifestos, you can see him sporting a Hate Eternal shirt and a Periphery flag in the background. And it's like, whoa, this guy's giving us a bad name. Throughout 2020, we've seen a lot of the metal movement come out and support the opposition to ideologies like those dudes. And it's my responsibility as a metalhead and the purveyor of Fraction of Forever and Heavy Metal Minute to say, hey, not all of us think like that. It might be the devil's music, but not that devil. You know, he was also seen sporting a Hawaiian shirt, which is part of the Boogaloo Boys shit too. So there's that. You know, get a band Hawaiian shirts. You're gonna give shit to Hawaiian shirts. Who knows? In other news, it is 2020, COVID pandemic, and all this shit. The shit that this guy tried to stop by kidnapping and killing the governor is affecting bands, and they're not working. Mastodon has revealed they are accepting unemployment insurance, and it's weird because the way they describe it is like they've been paying corporate taxes. Mastodon has been a business from the beginning, and they've been paying taxes since, so they're entitled to that. And it helps them. And it reminds me of when I was in a band, an old hardcore band in LA called Up and Atom. I got weird looks from my band members because they were like, I tried to get them to sign 1099s and shit at like 19 years old. And I'm like, dude, we got to do this. And they're like, no, you're about the money, man. I'm like, no. I'm about, like, let's get things straight. Like, the music's cool. The money's cool. I'm here for the pussy. But, you know, they couldn't see that way of like doing shit properly. Needless to say, that band didn't last more than 2 years, and I learned there that I don't play well with others, so I haven't done music since. And here we are. All I can do is talk shit into this mic and tell you that I'm Moses Magnum. This has been the Heavy Metal Minute.
Good job, Moses.
No, it's not.
No, it was. I thought so.
But
you know, what do I know? What music was that?
That was Artemis or Arsam or Arsamis.
Well, that clears that up.
They're a band from Iran, and any CD you bought in the last 3 months, you're not going to get because they were imprisoned for blasphemy, which is illegal in Iran. So now they're somewhere in the wind. You don't know where they are. But they did message me saying, your CD's on the way, but, you know, we escaped prison. Thank you for buying our CD to help us get the and
we escaped prison.
Yeah. I can actually read you the statement if you want, if you give me like 10 seconds. But yeah, it is a weird story that I'm happy to be a part of. I'm not even logged in because I got a new phone. Never mind. Anyway, but yeah, it is that, like, you know, we got your money. Thank you, because now we're out of jail. We could actually leave this country called Iran and not get killed and beheaded for, you know, what they call blasphemy, which is heavy metal music. Because it's really about the music there. And so we'll see what country they pop up in. And, you know, I actually read the message boards now with the comments because they got a lot of people that actually paid for that too. And they're like, you know what, I'm good with digital. We're good. You don't got to send nothing. So I'm happy to see that. I do want a shirt. And so I don't know when I'll get that. But anywho.
The music sounded good.
Yeah, that one is called Immortal Identity by Artemis. Sorry, that's called At the Gates of Persia from the album Immortal Identity.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that sounds awesome. All right, let's do some news. Not news. I'm sorry. Let's do some reviews.
Come on, man. Like, you didn't even have no Momo Jojo.
I was drinking whiskey.
Also, it's not a Momo Jojo.
It is it's a Mojo Jojo. But still, I was gonna let him slide on that.
Whatever. Hold on.
Scary
comic book
review. Scary
comic book
like
review.
Well, not like that, but like
spoops.
I thought we were doing Immortal Hulk first.
That's a horror. It's a horror
superhero comic.
Yeah.
It's full of horrors in that one, man.
Okay, well,
wow.
Heck, you read most of it. Take it away.
Did you read it at all?
Yeah.
He's talking to me, fool. Yeah, we'll discuss it in the review. Let the Heck start it off.
This guy.
I read.
How much did you read?
Look, just start. Let me pour my goddamn whiskey.
Take your time, sir. Take your time. All right, so Immortal Hulk I remember you guys reviewing this or talking about it a while back, and it sounded like a good concept. And I finally got into it this year because, didn't have shit to do during quarantine. So the premise of the book is that Hulk can't die. That's the basic premise. Incredible Hulk can't die. Bruce Banner can die, but he doesn't really die because the Hulk can't die. If that makes any sense.
That's like the whole where he says he put a gun to his mouth and the Hulk spit out the bullet type of thing.
Yeah.
The Hulk doesn't let him die, essentially.
Right, because this is me saying this. The Hulk is this weird part of Bruce Banner that's almost parasitic to the point where if something fucks up Bruce Banner and kills him, the Hulk just takes over and says, "No, we're not dying." And then when the Hulk goes away, Bruce Banner is fine, and he's like, "What the hell happened?" And that's the basic premise of this whole comic at the beginning. And I love it. It's I don't get a lot of Marvel comics, but this one I like because it starts off hoary and then gets very goofy.
It starts off hoary?
Hoary. HORRORY.
Horror.
Horror.
Okay.
Horish.
It's like that. You know what we're saying.
Yeah. You guys ain't that drunk. Especially with your one whiskey, Mayor.
Like the hoary host?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah. I don't know where you guys got to. I read the first 10 issues, and it's an interesting concept that deals a lot with the Incredible Hulk, but it affects everybody. I think everybody that has some kind of Hulk gene in them.
Mm-hmm. Jay, did you get to read this?
I did not.
What? Jay didn't read it. Man.
Sorry, the preview site, like every so often, it just gets impossible to use.
I blame Oz.
What?
I feel like he's been a bad influence.
What? I read it.
Or did you? We're gonna find out right now, Oz. What did you think?
Well, you guys said I had to read like the first 5. Whoa. Don't do that again. I read the first one, and I got to the point where Hulk is having a conversation with the dude, and I was out. I don't like Hulk like getting psychological with people. The Hulk is a force of nature. He's big, he's dumb, he's muscle.
Well,
I don't.
Why are you the foremost authority on what Hulk is?
Yeah.
And isn't?
That's what he is to me.
Well, okay, no, but you might want to like expand your horizons.
This isn't Jesus.
No.
The Hulk.
He's like, Oz is like, no.
I can accept like the way Planet Hulk did it, where he had the control disc, and that that was fine. But that's still like, I like my Hulk to just be brute force. I like Bruce Banner to be the intelligence behind the Hulk. In fact, I don't think anybody has ever really done a smart Hulk thing properly. Like there is a right way to do it, and nobody has been able to do it.
How do you know there's a right way then if no one's been able to do
Because it's the way I would accept.
Which is what?
I want to see a smart Hulk be more. I can't even call him Smart Hulk because the Smart Hulk pissed me off. Ragnarok came closest to what I think a Hulk Banner relationship should be. Pissed me off that the control disc wasn't involved at all. But my idea, if you want to make a Hulk that is more symbiotic relationship with Banner, I see it more like a Firestorm thing, where when it's the Hulk, you have Banner like being able to talk to him, even though Hulk is kind of like this muscle creature. He still has that voice in the back of his head, kind of directing him a little bit. And then you get that a little bit when he's Banner too. It's like Firestorm, but they never separate. It's either one or the other. So when he's Banner and somebody starts doing something stupid around him, Hulk can kind of start like, can I smash? Can I smash? Can I smash? And when he's Hulk, then you got Banner kind of like Banner's is what can hold Hulk back a little bit. That's kind of where I see something where I want to see the Hulk if you're going to make him smart. I don't want to see my Hulk. I don't want my Hulk having a conversation with a dude that he should be smashing.
Mm.
And
but
so
they kind of do this comic.
I got that. That was the first issue. Was as soon as Hulk shows up, he starts talking to the guy he's supposed to be smashing. The guy that killed the
just smashed the guy too.
I know, but he spends like 3 pages talking to him, and I was done.
Okay. So you only read like issue 1 or part of issue 1?
The whole issue 1.
Okay.
I didn't see a need to read any further. Now, if Mike is saying that it gets goofy afterwards, then I might go back and get to that point.
Look, one thing I can tell you is read Incredible Hulk from the 90s. I want to say issue 401 to 420.
Okay.
Like that's Smart Hulk. It's basically it's not the Firestorm thing, because that just sounds terrible for the Hulk. Like that's something I like in Thor. Like I like Donald Blake talking to Thor like that. But
I feel like there are some Hulk comics that do that, but not a lot of them. Go ahead.
It's kind of a motif in certain stories with the Hulk, but it's not a dynamic of the Hulk.
Generally,
that's where I thought they were going to go with Infinity War.
But see, Infinity War, that Hulk,
Oh, he's frozen.
Did you freeze, Mo?
Well, he's frozen in time. That's where I thought they were going to go with Infinity War when Banner starts talking about him and Hulk having a disagreement on things that they need to talk about it. I thought that's what we were going to get. And really what we got in Endgame is essentially Bruce Banner killed the Hulk and took over his body.
I mean,
It's kind of tragic because the Hulk was a whole separate personality that is just gone by Endgame.
See, that's the thing. I don't feel like the Hulk isn't a separate personality. The Hulk is a part of Bruce Banner's personality.
I mean, schizophrenic people would argue that the other personalities are complete and separate.
Yeah, it's like literally like his id.
Right. See, Hulk always seems like a secondary personality to Bruce Banner, one that embodies the things that he can't do. Bruce Banner can't stand up for himself, so the Hulk takes over.
Am I back?
You're back.
It's fucking up. Again, in those 400 issues, I kind of heard what you guys were talking about. But in Infinity War or Endgame, that's kind of like how it is, where it's a balance. You have the brains and ethics of a Banner with the brute force of the Hulk, because ultimately the Hulk story is essentially of being a balanced person. The reason the gamma rays turned into the Hulk, and you can see it by all the experiments they've done on gamma rays on other people, is because how Banner handles his emotions. You know what I mean? It's almost like when you drink too much, and this is what this issue kind of or the kind of like vibe it has for me, where it's like that's when he blacks out. It's the Hulk, and you got to deal with that, and that's that. The personality they gave the Hulk, though, when he's got the free reign, is something I wasn't a huge fan of, but it added to this horror feel that the book has. So it's kind of something new for the Hulk, not something we've seen before. Go ahead.
Keep going. Now go for it.
Whereas other comics where you get rid of the Banner aspect of it, the Hulk just goes pure aid, and it's just like this ape. Like we've seen it in Earth X. We've seen the smart, balanced Hulk, but without the Banner in like what is it, the Old Man Logan, you know, and even the Maestro, where he's got the intelligence but not the ethics. Like it's a jaded Banner intelligence with the Hulk. So there's different dynamics to that balance, and this is just another one of that. And it's really just, as a Hulk fan, it's more like the pantheon of the different kind of Hulks you get. It's the unpredictability, which is ultimately the Hulk, is the unpredictability to the mild-mannered, push too far Banner, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I liked about this one is that the horror of it is that, you know, Banner dies, whatever, goes back to sleep, whatever, and Hulk comes out. Hulk is completely aware of everything, and he's kind of sadistic in his own way. Like in certain parts of the story, like especially the first book, the first comic, he has a way about things, and it's kind of like, okay, you're a little nuts, but it comes off good the way the story starts. I think they should have did it more. There's a reporter going around trying to figure out, because it starts off that Banner's dead. It was a big thing coming off of some Avengers comic. I don't know which one. And this reporter, is that what it was? Civil War II?
Yeah, the Civil War II event. Bruce Banner got killed.
Which they showed it in the trade paperback that I had, and it's kind of, I guess it was a science experiment he was doing with Hawkeye, that he told him to shoot him.
Yeah, it was basically like he made an agreement with Hawkeye if he felt like he ever got out of control. Like if he looked like he was going to get out of control and Hulk was going to come back to kill him instead. And so, yeah, Hawkeye actually killed Bruce Banner in front of everybody because, you know, they were in the midst of trying to like recruit him again. And he was like not trying to have it. And it looked like he was about to turn. And so Hawkeye killed him. Yeah, it was wild.
Right.
But anyway,
so
that's besides the point. He was dead for a while.
Yeah. So coming off of that, there's a reporter following a story that, Bruce Banner might be alive again. So they're trying to figure this out. And it's this is a very much Bruce Banner from the TV show, just hiding out, trying to hide himself, going around helping people, I guess, would be the word I would use.
Help.
Yes. Quote unquote helping. And then it goes into this wacky thing with Wendigo. No. With what's his name? Fucker from Alpha Flight. Yeah, Sasquatch. And he plays like an opposite to Banner, where he's not big anymore because he relied on it too much. And apparently they were college roommates, so I never knew that shit. The goofy part comes at the 10th issue, where apparently they're going to hell. So I need to read the rest of that. They're literally going to hell. And this thing isn't horror anymore. It's goofy. Because if you're going to hell, it turns goofy. But I still want to read it because I want to know what happens.
Do you feel like, so you feel like any movie where you go to hell stops being horror?
In a comic book like this, I think it stops being horror. But I don't know. It might surprise me. Because I don't...
Look, Victor Crowley.
I haven't even seen that.
Yeah, you got to watch Hatchet, too. So you won't be a lost deer in the woods like Larry.
Yeah.
I'm not a big horror guy either.
Yeah. I will say it's an interesting take for Hulk. Like, the concept it's putting out so far in these first 5 issues are interesting. And I did like recently, which this Immortal Hulk book's been going on, I think since I want to say like 2018.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's been out for a while, and that's been doing its thing. And Immortal She-Hulk actually just came out with issue 1. I want to say like maybe a month ago.
Ooh.
And it's definitely touching on some of the same themes that this book, I'm sure, has explored much more deeply, because it's gone on for like 30 plus issues at this point, I think. So yeah, it's interesting because she like just recently had I guess what would be called, it would be a death. She died and ended up coming back. So it's interesting, like the parallel theming or whatnot in that regard. But it you know having read a few different eras of Hulk, this one is definitely interesting, and I like what they're kind of doing with Hulk and with Banner and their dynamic. It's interesting to watch Bruce Banner kind of just enjoy being Bruce Banner, knowing that I'm gonna have to be the Hulk at some point, and just kind of understanding like, hey, that's just what's gonna happen. So let me just kind of relish the time that I'm not the Hulk when I can, and then let him let him do what he does. Also, too, the first issue was actually pretty amazing. Like there was a sequence where, like issue 1 has a sequence where you're like the Hulk notices something that Bruce Banner doesn't, and it was really interesting the way that they played it in the comic, because if you're looking in the actual issue 1, you can actually see the moment when the Hulk is noticing something that Bruce Banner isn't noticing. But the way that they play it in the book, you don't know what it is that you're seeing. So you basically kind of get that same kind of moment that Bruce Banner does, where you're seeing something, but you don't realize it. But the Hulk almost acting like your subconscious is trying to tell you something, or gets something, realizes something that you don't. And it takes you a little while through the course of the book to like understand what's happening and be like, oh, yeah, we did see something earlier. And if you go back and look at the page, you're like, yeah, there it is. But it was hidden. And I was like, oh, that was actually some really good, like that's cool writing along with really great art. Just, doing something that, yeah, is very amazing and unique for the comic format. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
You know what hooked me in issue 1? When they're in the convenience store, the whole thing in the convenience store, because you don't think it's gonna go that way, and then it goes that way.
Yeah. I mean, like you can talk about it freely. I mean, it's a two-year-old book, so if you want to talk about,
then the shock value is gone.
That's fair.
Because I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because like I say, you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
You don't think they're gonna go that way, is the proper thing, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good book. I would definitely keep reading it.
I definitely liked issue 1.
Yeah, I think if you keep reading, you would find it interesting the direction it goes, because it's definitely not a traditional Hulk book, but it definitely has some traditional Hulk theming in it.
Did you read the trade or did you read the individuals?
I read individual.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I read individual, but director's cut. So I had like some art and stuff in the back, content, the writer,
Nice.
shit like that.
Yeah, I read individuals too. Why? What's in the trade?
So in the trade, they show the timeline of every time Banner dies.
Oh, really?
Because he talks about, you know, the one thing I hated about this book that he says the nighttime is his time. How many comics does the Hulk come out at night?
You mean before this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's not like the night versus the day has never been an issue with Hulk before now.
Well,
Yes. It's kind of weird that they mentioned that's a focus.
issue 1 through 6 was kind of like that.
Yeah, but it was just for the first 6. Well, it's a theme in Immortal Hulk, but they play it like it's always been a theme, and it's weird to me. But anyway, the first trade, has this timeline of every time Banner's died, starting with the initial gamma bomb, and how that really, not that how it relates, but it's just a timeline of every time he's died, where Hulk takes over and keeps him alive. And there's a lot. And they even put down the issue, like what issue he died in that timeline. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so cool.
No, I just bought the omnibus.
That's how I figured out it was old, because they had the trades. Now they're coming out with new trades where it's a more comprehensive trade. Omnibus, whatever.
Yeah. It has like the first 15 issues and like Avengers 684 or some shit.
Yeah.
$20. Can't beat that. 16 issues of a comic.
It's a good price.
Yeah. Fuck my local comic shop.
Damn. I don't know if I'll go that far.
I know. But, you know, I feel every time I buy a comic on Amazon, I feel like that's what I'm saying.
So, Heck, what would you rate Immortal Hulk?
I'm going to go 4 smiley Hulks out of 5.
That's fair. Oz, what about you, buddy?
I'm going to say 3. It's not a bad story. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to ding it too much, but I can't, praise it either.
I understand. Okay. Moses Magnum, what would you rate Immortal Hulk?
I would give it a good 4. I really liked issue 1. I like how it played out. But yeah, I think the rest of it is something that I could enjoy, but I don't think it's like the definitive Hulk, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Okay. And I liked it. I did like it. I think I would go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely feel where you're coming from by saying not the definitive Hulk, but I think it will end up being an interesting era of the Hulk. And we'll see what sticks around and what doesn't.
It's like Mr. Fix-It.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like Mr. Fix-It is definitely like one of those eras of the Hulk where you're like, people, like we all acknowledge and appreciate it, or at least most of us. But, we're not like, oh, yeah, that should be Hulk all the time.
I'm just happy it's not Hulk 2099.
Mr. Fix-It? Like the dude from Wreck-It Ralph?
Yep.
No.
Fix-It.
No. No,
there is one part.
The Hulk with the pinstripe suit with the fedora.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's Mr. Fix-It.
I've seen it in a video game though.
Yeah,
he was in the cartoon too.
Yeah.
But before Wreck-It Ralph, that was Mr. Fix-It.
Like, in fact, Wreck-It Ralph could do it because Disney owns Marvel, so they didn't, they wouldn't sue themselves. Although they might, greedy bastards.
Oh boy. Oh. There's a part, I know you guys didn't read this far, but I think it was talked about or something from a news story. But there's a part later on where Hulk is basically dissected.
Jeez.
And that shit's weird.
Dissected or vivisected?
What's the difference?
One's alive, one's dead.
Vivisected, you're cut into. Yeah, well, I thought vivisected, it's where you're cut into slices. Where dissected is where you actually like open you up, like an autopsy.
Dissected is when you're dead. Vivisected is when you're alive.
Yeah, because vivisected is the name of my death metal band.
All right, maybe dissected wasn't the right word, but he's split up. He's split into parts.
He's inside out.
No, not inside out, just separated. Head in a jar, heart in a jar, legs, just taken apart.
Is the heart still pumping?
Yep.
Like he's still aware, like the head in the jar theoretically is like looking around, right? Like the eyes are dark.
The head smiling at the doctor.
You're gonna have to read to find out, Oz.
Yeah, they Deadpooled up Hulk.
Except it's not funny for the same reasons Deadpool would be funny.
Okay.
You all ready to get to Hatchet Halloween?
Are you?
Hatchet Halloween.
Do we have
Tale number 2?
I love how Larry, he's like, I didn't know I had to watch the movie, but I told him literally, like, in our pre-production text, hey, Larry, just a heads up, Prime has all the Hatchet movies.
Half of the last episode we did was about him watching the movie version or whatever.
I thought we were going to get subscribers.
He already said, when we get 250 subscribers, he will.
Yeah, but that wasn't the deal. Like, he should have said that in the pre-production text.
I said it live on the show.
No, but when we actually told you, like, hey, are you going to watch horror movies for October? We all said yes. And then you didn't say nothing about no caveat like that. And then I did the vote for the people.
I didn't say
They voted yes. No, we all said yes. As the 3 out of 4 of us voted yes.
Yeah, but none of you are me.
Hold on. It's still.
I feel like I get the most votes.
There's a vote. No, you don't get the most votes.
You don't understand democracy, Lawrence.
There's no electoral college.
My body, my vote.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's Fantastic Forum first. We've said that for better or worse.
Fantastic Forum
first. We're all Fantastic Forum before we are individuals.
F go life.
Right. The way we work is through mob rule. I mean democracy.
Yeah.
Jay not even trying to split the friggin' royalties from the theme.
Look,
but I gotta watch the
subject.
Look, he did it because he can't do it without us as a whole. He can't do it without us as a whole.
What I'm hearing.
Sarcastic.
So what I'm hearing is
I always wanted to share it with you guys.
Why did it sound like I felt like he meant it, but it sounded so fake?
I didn't mean what I said, even though I meant what I said when I said it.
So
you can buy the ringtone in chat and link right here. We haven't done that this episode, but
I think Oz has been doing it, but he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So it's weird because he just looks like he can't dance.
No,
it looks like he's like.
Yeah, it's the first time he's had a Mojo Jojo.
His first time in a few years. I don't remember the hand motion. The hand motion. I'm trying to. I guess he does this, right? Like I gotta watch a rally.
Well, when he's doing a fine lie, he's like this. But depending how big the lie, he just goes like this.
Right. Oh, you know what? You gotta do 2 hands. See, but I don't have enough camera space for both hands.
You gotta have a wide lens.
I need to be in my home studio because I can't. There's not enough space here.
People are saying it's the best ever because the thing is, this is the dog whistle for the white supremacists, the OK sign. That's the thing. So that's why he does that.
Okay, that's not exactly true, but whatever.
What is it? Yeah, as the resident white supremacist on the show, what is it?
No, that was just people on Reddit were trying to say, hey, let's. They made it up, and it became a thing. The news picked it up, and then it became a thing, but it wasn't a real thing.
Right.
It
That
wasn't,
sounds
but
like what that sounds like what white supremacists would say about their secret sign.
Also, everything starts off as not real, and then you build it, and it becomes real.
Yeah.
We're all just dust in the wind. So
let's
speaking
do
of
this.
dust
Let's
in
do
the wind,
Hatchet.
yes, go ahead, Jay. Tell us about Hatchet Halloween Tales 2.
So it's an anthology book based around Adam Green's Hatchet story, starring Victor Crowley in different stories. So you have like the first story is a guy. It's called Weed, and it's about a guy who's trying to. I think he's trying to kill, or no, get proof that Victor Crowley is real, and he even like sets up traps and has everything planned out. And his ghost dad comes and helps him out, and it doesn't work because it's Victor Crowley. Like he's pretty unstoppable. Dimitri Fought a Bear is kind of a cool joint where a camera crew is going out there and they end up all dying. There's a PSA from Honey Island Swamp, which is cool. It like reminds you to keep social distancing and to stay back 6 feet from people. And I believe the last story is Which Way to Honey Island Swamp, which was actually written by Adam Green, where 3 witches try to, they're infected with bad luck, and so they try to give it to Crowley, but Crowley's dad fucked with the sign, and so they are in the swamp instead of outside where they wanted to be. And
okay,
so,
I feel like we're jumping around a lot here because this is an anthology book, right?
right.
But you're saying Crowley. Who is Crowley?
Victor Crowley is he's the antagonist in these Hatchet franchise.
So he is in all the stories in one way or the other?
Yes.
Yeah. He's like the Michael Myers of the franchise.
Okay.
He was murdered by his dad. Well, technically, I guess they don't call it murder.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah. Like he accidentally hit him with the hatchet.
Yeah, it's just a little confusing because you're saying Crowley, and it's Victor Crowley, not Alistair Crowley, which is like the actual person.
Yeah, but we're not talking about occultism and shit. We're talking about.
I mean, it's a horror thing, so they mix that shit in sometimes,
That look again. We're talking
you're right. I'm wrong because you haven't said Alistair Crowley. You've been saying Victor Crowley the whole time. So I'm just trying to get everything straight. So Victor Crowley is the character that's the through line in this anthology book. About how many stories are there? 4 or 5?
4 stories. There's a maze, a word jumble.
I'm sorry. I thought you said there's a maze.
There is.
There's a maze.
Okay.
Where you have to escape the swamp.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna do it on Instagram Live tomorrow.
I did it, but I normally do mazes backwards, and I know some purists are like against that.
Yeah.
I don't know why Larry's laughing, but like, I'm gonna do it on Instagram Live tomorrow. Like,
I believe you, and that's why it's funny.
I got questions about this maze, but apparently it's going to be on Instagram Live tomorrow. So
Leave it to me. Be in chat tomorrow.
no, I'm not because I want to tune in. Like I remember doing mazes as a kid, and I was like, "Oh, dead end. Okay, go back this way."
And Jay is in fact a cheater for starting at the end.
What we should do is, as Mo does it the regular way, Joe does it the backwards way, and we do like a side by side. See, I don't like that which hand is showing. Okay, I don't like this little tiny. No, don't do that. No. Go back. On one hand, we should have Mo do. See, it still doesn't work. My hand still doesn't show up. We should have Mo doing it the regular way, Joe doing it his way, and then like side by side, and you see like they meet in the middle and kiss. Was my point.
Man, so
we don't have that. We don't have that YouTube channel yet.
But we can.
So here's a quick preview. You can check out the maze.
What are those skulls with the hatchets? Is that like you're dead if you end up there?
If you end up there, that's where you get them. Yeah.
So Mo, you're gonna do this unedited. Like it's possible that you could end up at a hatchet head and die, and then that's the end of that stream.
So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give you an honest like try at it. If I die, I die, but it's not gonna be live. I just realized I can't do it live. But I will give you an honest video of my attempt at the maze.
Okay, not live, but
in the stories.
But it's gonna be uncut. Like you're just gonna
I'm just gonna
stop doing it, and whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. I might do multiples.
That's fine. No, that's fine. As long as they're honest multiples.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're like, oh, you did it perfectly, and oh, look, I escaped, and somewhere in the back there's like 5 or 6 different sheets of paper you threw away because you hit it in.
Yeah.
So, Lawrence,
what
did you think of this book?
It's not my thing.
Fucking weird.
Wait till
I didn't like it.
Wait till half the show.
What didn't you like about it?
You know, like the character Crowley isn't compelling for me. And
is that because you don't know enough of his backstory?
It could be.
It's absolutely.
So you should watch the Hatchet series in order to get this book.
I mean, I guess if you care.
So you're gonna watch Hatchet and then reread the book.
That we agreed on that. Like he like I know Larry.
What is this we? Like which we? How many of us does it take to be we?
Look, 3 out of
royal we.
3 out of 4 takes it.
It's 3 out of 4 is we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I've had ideas when I'm the only one that thought it was a good idea, and I got outvoted by the rest of you. Like I wanted our logo to be 4 Fs clockwise. 1 F like this, 1 F like that, the other like that, and like that. On the red background with the white circle surrounding the 4 F. And you guys didn't want it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys didn't want it.
I remember the meetings where we designed the logo, and there was like 5 or 6 different ideas that.
Yeah.
There was one where like there were arrows and it was a box.
We had theme songs that one of us didn't like, but the 3 out of 4 of us were okay with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of us loved it, the other 2 were okay with, and then 1 didn't, and we went with it. We did decades of it.
Lawrence, the one that hated it.
Yeah, and then there's there's idea like I wanted a death pool, never did it. Again, like voted out. We didn't want a death pool. We want you to watch Hatchet.
I remember I offered to expose myself at the women in comics panel, and Lawrence talked me out of it.
I did do that.
Absolutely. Like
that's how much he hates us.
We wanted a Jim Lee impersonator to Skype in randomly whenever we had DC news. Like you remember exactly the pitch, but we didn't want it.
To be fair, I think the Jim Lee impersonator was like one of us with tape on our eyes. And it was just
we weren't doing video.
Such a bad it was a bad idea in audio. That's how bad idea. It was a bad idea.
We're all laughing hysterically, but clearly it wasn't good enough to be on the air.
Oh,
but we
jeez.
didn't want it. We want you to review horror movies during October. Now, we already wasted 2 weeks of October, and now the people want it too. They want you to see The Exorcist. Liz wants you to see Terrified on Shudder. Shudder reached out to me. They'll give you a password.
Oh, okay.
What?
Shudder will give you a password if you watch a Shudder original and review it.
Okay. I'll like I can at least commit to Hatchet and rereading the book. I guess.
No. Now you got to make up for the 2 weeks we wasted.
Wait a minute now. Wait, we didn't vote. We didn't vote on that. We didn't want that.
Quick show.
Look, what we wanted was for me to watch Hatchet and read the book.
I
right?
vote for that.
Quick show of Kirby hands.
I got to be careful how I do my Kirby hand because it can be misinterpreted.
We want you to make up. Like, we want Fantastic Four one shots on our YouTube channel, Larry reacting to horror movies.
Heck, you're doing a Kirby hand too, right? Right now?
I'm doing it just like Oz, except my fingers are separated.
Perfect.
Oh, damn you, Oz. Damn you, Oz.
Oh,
that's too funny.
This racism is killing me inside.
But you didn't even like. But back to the book. You didn't even like the Which Way to Honey Island Swamp story.
That was amazing.
That one was at least funny.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all right, and it's like I feel like by the time I got to the end, I was kind of over it.
And here's the thing, Larry. After you shit yourself watching Hatchet 1 and then read this is like a masterpiece.
Is it really?
No, I mean, it's not. Like, when I watch Hatchet, I'm like, because it does kind of play with that little paranormal aspect to that type of slasher thing, subtly. And, when you watch the other ones, then it's a little different. But seeing how this comic took that universe and added, like, that paranormal stuff, like ghosts or witches, and it's like, wow, like, I want to see the Adam Green cinematic universe now.
I think Adam Green would like to see that too.
Well, he won't, because you won't even give Hatchet 1 a chance.
It didn't happen because of me?
Yeah, it won't happen because of you.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I got to do what I got to do to make sure that Adam Green gets his cinematic universe.
So, Mo, what did you think? Like, did you enjoy these stories?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. As a horror comic, I usually like my stuff a little more serious, like old school Tales from the Crypt, but I actually enjoyed this a lot. The little campiness is in line with the Hatchet movie, the first one. Really, like, because the first one is, like, I can't see Larry watching this and actually being scared. And this one, like, this has a feel like Hatchet because they do make you give a fuck about the characters in these little anthologies, whether they're witches or a deformed guy that kind of, like, in any other circumstance or alternate universe would have been Victor Crowley, and like that idea of the guy that's kind of like Victor Crowley going after him to expose him is like irony that I haven't seen irony like that since old fucking EC comics, like it just adds something to that character, and it's like they all feel like a Hatchet movie in their own way, in the dynamic of Hatchet 1, where it's like you get enough character development that even because Hatchet 1 is a B movie. I'm not going to say it's a great movie. It's a B movie. The special effects, they're practical and they're done well, but it's still like sometimes the lighting's a little weird and stuff. It's an independent movie, but it gets the job done. And I really actually like Victor Crowley as a character. It kind of like they tell you enough of Victor Crowley in Hatchet to where you know enough about him and the people that he's killing, so you can kind of sympathize with either or both. And it's like, man, you're just watching this bad situation happen, and it's like whereas you look at like the greatest of all time, Michael Myers, and it's like they had to add shit after that kind of ruined it a little bit in some movies. Then they have to retcon and they have to redo shit to kind of make it good again. And it's like with Hatchet, you don't have to do that. Like they did it in the first movie, and then anything they do after with Victor Crowley in it is going to be either just as good or okay with it,
Mm-hmm.
So the campiness of this comic as a horror anthology, like, was fine with me. Like it's almost like it's almost I wouldn't take anything less than what I got here. Yeah.
Okay. So how are we rating this?
Oh, sorry.
Mo, what would you rate this book?
The stories were good; they were done well, and I love the art style. All the art was good in every, whether it was a maze or a crossword puzzle or a word finder, or the witch story that's fantasy, and I love that Adam Green did that. But then the weed story was good too, and the art was good all the way. And even as a single issue, as a Halloween special, like they give you the transition of different Victor Crowleys, the grittiest one and the most cutesy one, and then you see where each one played a part in the book. Like I think that was brilliant, and that page alone would make me give it a 5 out of 5.
Okay. And Lawrence, what would you rate this?
I mean, I feel like, the book is just not my particular cup of tea. But, it's not horrible. Under normal circumstances in that kind of situation, I'd probably give it a 3, but I'm going to give it a 1 because it's going to make me watch a horror movie. So I blame the book. If it didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have to watch Hatchet.
If you want, Larry, for next episode, you can do your own, add your own Supreme Court Justice, Fantastic Four Supreme Court Justice, so that you can just not have to watch horror movies ever again.
Look, look, you don't have to. I already had the idea. I'm packing out the forum. And it's like, you all are definitely going to be the minority by next week. It's going to be friggin' look. In fact, what I'm going to do is it's going to be all female forum members. There's probably like 4 or 5 of them.
Females love horror more than men.
No. It's not about horror. Like they're just gonna. They see what you all do. It's gonna be a whole different show.
Lawrence acting like you find that many females.
You see, this is exactly why you're the minority now. Huh? You're the minority.
All right.
No, but yeah. What would you give it, Jay?
I think I would give it a 4. Like I like the stories, I like the art, especially like the PSA and Which Way to Honey Island Swamp. Those were hilarious to me. And overall, I just think it's a great book. Like, it's cool to see them have fun with it, because like they do have the actual Hatchet comic that goes along with the movie. Takes a much more serious tone, and it's kind of cool to see them like just have fun with it. So yeah, that's what I would give it.
That sounds good.
I also want to give a quick shout out to Zombie Cast's own Tedekin, because he's the one that turned me on to Hatchet.
Yeah.
And he actually has the actual Hatchet that's used in Hatchet 1. It's his personal.
Like a replica or the actual one?
The one that's used in the film.
Oh, that's crazy.
He won it at a thing. I remember that.
Yeah.
Back
oh, wow.
He had a show.
That's cool.
He still has a show.
Why didn't he put me on to Hatchet?
Because you didn't hang out with him.
Because the blacks.
That is true.
He hates black people.
No, actually, he loves them more than Joe does.
That's probably true.
That's why he always
low bar, though. You can still hate black people and love them more than Joe.
I mean, that's why he always ignored Joe, right?
I'm sorry. Oz, what was the unfunny thing you were gonna say?
I just remember Derek trying to make that friendship a thing, and Tedekin was just not having it.
I think Derek and Ted were friends.
No, Derek was friends with Ted. Ted was kind of like indifferent.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, gents, you ready to get out of here?
Oh, is it that time again?
Is that time again?
It was that time half an hour ago. Because as I remember, tight 2 hours is what
it's only been 20 minutes over. That's not bad, all things considered.
I still got like 3 211s left.
Oh, Jesus. Please don't drink all those tonight. Yeah, let's go ahead and play some outro music.
Yeah.
El Heck.
Let me see if... Hold on.
I demand El Heck. Jay, turn your phone off.
No, that's
What's
me.
me?
That's
sorry.
Jay's ringtone. Turn it off.
It's not my ringtone.
Jay's ringtone sounds just like that.
Sounds like Windows 10.
It sounds like Windows prompt.
Dude, there was this amazing Windows song, which I don't know the title of it, but it is so good. And it's just Windows sound effects and people talking
I've
about
heard that.
Windows.
Oh, maybe I haven't heard that one.
Okay, well, there it is. Thanks for that update, Jay.
You know, for those who like music.
What would you rate it?
For those that like music, amazing song. Don't know the title, don't know who it's by.
No, I know who
it probably. Oh, well, then why don't you tell us, Jay?
Oh, it's by Pogo.
Okay, well, thank you, Jay. I thought Jay was just going to leave us in the wilderness, be like, well, I heard the song, can't remember the title. It was amazing. It's probably on the internet. Good luck.
Somewhere on the dark web of YouTube.
El Heck, give us some final thoughts, man.
I don't know, man. I don't got nothing. Mask up, wash your hands, wash your ass, all that good stuff.
Amen, brother. Amen. Oscor, give us some final thoughts, buddy.
Detective 1027. I'm guessing we're gonna talk about it next week. We might not. I don't know. You guys fucking change things all the time.
Did that come out?
And actually, I think it came out
last week.
Yeah. It's not new because I get this online, so I always get it like 2 weeks late. So yeah, probably last week. If you don't read comics regularly, this is the issue to get. 1027. It's 1,000 issues of Batman rolled into one. We might talk about it next week, but these guys hate Batman, so I don't know if they'll read it.
I'm gonna go on eBay right now and go get that.
There you go. Jay, give us some final thoughts.
So Batman, A Death in the Family, the animated feature is out. I would probably give it a pass, especially if have been collecting all the DC movies physically, then it's kind of not worth it.
Wait, are you not even going to watch it?
No, I did watch it. I'm saying it's not worth it. After watching it, I can say it's not worth it.
Okay.
Damn. Wow.
Would you give it one crowbar to the head out of 5?
Feels like a review we can do next week.
I honestly, the thing is, you guys all remember the Superman Shazam joint?
Yeah.
Where it was like a short cartoon and then a collection of all the DVD extras for it.
Save it for the Fantastic Forum vlog by Joe on YouTube coming next week.
Okay.
It's like
by
Jay and Oz should get together and review those Batman things. If only they had a show they could do it on. Damn October. Batman's not scary enough for this month of shows.
Like, if you watch my video blog, we might get Batman in October. At Fantastic Forum on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well, what's some final thoughts, Mo?
There's going to be a video dropping this weekend. Metal Shade #1, the Kickstarter physical copy with the goodies finally came on. The video is actually restricted. It's uncensored. So there's nudity in it. And you can get that at YouTube while it lasts. So subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications. It'll be up sometime this weekend. I can't say exactly what date, but it starts with an S.
I can censor that if you want me to.
No, I didn't. It's on purpose for that reason.
Man, you guys are really going for the 2 dicks 1 box, huh? Okay.
So, what was the nudity? You or the comic?
Hey, you're gonna have to hit the bell. You're gonna have to subscribe and hit the notification bell to find out. Like, I don't know how long YouTube will let me have it. I uploaded it and told it like YouTube it's not going to be out on this day at this time, and immediately they're like, "Oh, you can't show it." So I had to change some things to show it, and then so far they're like, "It's cool," but they still haven't got the nudity. So we'll see. We'll see. It might be on the Patreon or the Fantastic Forum OnlyFans.
But you took out the copyrighted music, right?
Was it music? You're gonna have to hit the bell and find out.
For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We will be back next week. In the meantime, as Moses said, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow us on everything. This is Fantastic Forum. We'll be back next week. Later.